Hey guys, how are you? It's Brick Nostalgia here once again, and what I would like to do with you today is to review the vintage Lego Town set number 6398 from 1994. In other words, as you can see, I'm talking about the police station that was released by Lego in 1994. It's a bit of a special review to me, this one. As what you see here is actually my own police station from my childhood that was given to me as a birthday present from my parents when I turned 11 years old. So lot of memories coming through my mind right now while I go through this with you. The set itself, I don't have the box, unfortunately. When I was a kid, I used to rip the boxes apart once I got the sets, and then they used to be binned straight away. So what I used to, in general, what I used to have was just the set itself and some of the instructions. I lost some of those as well when I was a kid. I just played a lot with Lego, and I lost a lot of pieces, parts, and some instructions as well. So I still have anyway the instructions, but there is not much to see about them because there's no alternate builds printed on the back, so just a picture of the back of the station, so I wouldn't spend much time on it. And I will go straight away to the set. Okay, what I would like to do, this is the set, as you can see, it's complete. What I would like to do is to go through, to do an overview of the station itself first, and then we're gonna go back to the vehicles at the end, okay? So, if we have a look here at the main station first, we can see that it's a very big station. As you can see, I can't put all of it on the camera at once. It's pretty large. As you can see, it's 1.5 base plates long, so definitely big. And if we move close to the building itself, you can see that there is this whole bridge. First, it's a very nice feature. I like it, that connects these two different sides, these two different buildings. Now this one is just it's a pretty small one. There's not much into it. There's just a little seat and a console. Now that we're going to turn around, we're going to show you better. It's just probably just a control station, while this side here represents the main building with the jelly on the bottom. I'm just going to give you a quick overview. As you can see, there's lots of windows. There's the radars and various antennas on top, but not much more. And if we turn it around, we can see that there is the whole building with different floors, and you can see a bit all the various features of the station that are the ones that were giving this set so much playability. Okay, so as you can see here, starting from top to bottom, you can see here that there is just this is supposed to be a bedroom with just one bed for the officers to rest. If you go just down a bit, you can see that this is a control station or a control room with one of the minifigures here, as you can see, taking care of doing some research probably about some suspects. And as you can see that there is a little 2x1 white brick. It's a printed brick with screen printed on it. And moving more down here, so let me try to adjust a bit the camera. What you can see over here is that there is another control room where there's all the various instrumentation to do various checks about suspects. And here on the bottom there's really nothing here in terms of the room. There's just a a set of tools, radio and screwdrivers, luggage, and various items needed for the officers whenever, for whatever mission they have to do. And if we move here to this left side, we can see that there is a restroom or a lounge room on this section where the staff could have had the chance to have a bit of rest, having a coffee or having some food. Obviously all this can be done using our own imagination. And here on the bottom there is a very interesting feature, that is the jail. I think this one is actually the first time where a jail has been made with this bit of features. Like in the older vintage police stations, there used to be just a little door, the same door that you will use for a house was used to make it as the jail door. So you know, it was really about pushing the imagination from the kid to the limits in order to pretend it wasn't a realistic scenario. However, in this one actually they improved, for the first time they improved things quite a lot. And what you can see here, that there is this little hinge on the bottom that can be pushed back and forward in order to lock and unlock the door. And then once you leave room to open the door, you can see that there is this little cell inside with the bed for the prisoner. Okay, I really liked it. I really like these features. There was lots of playability with them. Really was giving you the chance to, if you were a kid, to create a whole scenario from the very beginning, where for example the police officers were having a break from the moment of a phone call or of an emergency call, and then you were setting up the whole thing. As a kid I used to do this a lot. Then you can see here there is the bridge I was talking about previously from the other angle. I like a lot the use of these fences here and the use of these little pieces to make them as if they were lights, torches or lights to light the front of the station. And then here there is the last section where you can see that there's nothing on the bottom. There is just a little door here, as you can see, to enter in the area of the police station. And then here there is just another little room with a screen and some tools to pretend the officer sitting here is communicating with his workmates. Okay, very nice. I really like it. There's so many memories right now going through my head about this set. I really like it. It's really in my heart. There's a lot of memories related to this set, not just from my side but also from my parents' side, because they told me that this set was very expensive in 1994, and it's been a huge effort for them to put the money together to give me this set when I was a kid. But that they told me that they really wanted to do it anyway, because to have a police station or a fire station was always my dream when I was a kid. So they were very happy to make it happen, and makes me even more thankful to them for that. However, this is a bit the overview about the building, and now we're gonna go very briefly to the vehicles. Okay, so here we are with the vehicles, and as you can see, it comes very well equipped with some vehicles as well. It's two cars, one probably that we could call a chief car that the captain will use to drive around the city. And this is more an off-road track. I'm just gonna give it actually a very quick overview here. There's not much to it. It's a very easy build, made with some very simple pieces. As you can see, it's a very early 90s style. where vehicles were just 4 studs wide, so extremely small to nowadays standards. And the design and the pieces used are very common from the early 90s sets. This is an off-road truck with the suspensions. These were features already in late 80s, I will say, and there used to be these wheels attached to these pieces with suspensions, but I never really liked them. I found them very ugly, and they're quite squeaky as well. I don't know if I can, yeah, you can hear that. So I never really liked the feature. This is an off-road truck, and as you can see, there's not much to it. I'm not really a big fan of these vehicles. I'm more into the design that was in the late 80s. I will tell you in a minute what I mean. So let's move on to the next one. Here is a motorcycle, very nice motorcycle. There's not much to say about it. It's just very classic 80s and 90s motorcycle, but you know, in a police station you must have it. And then there is this helicopter that you can see here, pretty big, pretty long, obviously to the 90s standards. I know that nowadays things are very, very different. It's pretty big with this canopy piece that this canopy piece that can move up and down to open the cockpit and leave space for the pilot, that you can see has all his instrumentation in order to pilot the helicopter. I'm not a big fan. Now going back to what I wanted to say is that I'm not a big fan of these vehicles. I really like the station itself. I really like the design, the build. It's very beautiful. I really like it. It's still very 90s, early 90s design, and I like it a lot. But I don't really like this type of vehicles. They just it's just that the design doesn't really represent my childhood. When with these designs here, you see they were starting moving to a different type of design that and we were moving to a time, to an age of mine where I was starting seeing the changes that Lego was making in terms of design that were not making me feel very excited about it. What I really don't like is the use of stickers. I really don't like stickers. I like printed pieces, and this is due to the fact that when I was a kid, I used to lose a lot of stickers because I used to play a lot with Lego. The bricks and the sets used to get very dirty, and then stickers used to peel off very easily and get lost. So I'm not really a big fan of any of them. I can see that I like this one still. For example, I don't mind this one because this one has you can see this one is a printed piece, and I really like it because it will never come off. But for example, this one, you can see it's about to come off, and I'm not a big fan of this. The type of designs I liked, just to give you an idea, is the ones that you can see in these sets. Now if we put the motorcycle on the side for a minute, you can see what I mean, and the type of designs that I like a lot, and that suit more my childhood. I was like, my childhood memories, if you can see, is the ones that you see here. For example, the helicopter that I would use in this station is this one. This is from the late 80s. There's lots of childhood memories related to this set. Also the design, you can see, is pretty different. The canopy's type is very different. And the one I like more is this one, but obviously it's my own personal opinion. Same here, you can see that these two cars have a different design. This one is more has a sharper, more aggressive, more dynamic design. This is more smoother, more chilled design, for what I can say, and this is more the one I like. Also because there's more childhood memories related, and same for the off-road truck. As you can see, just as a comparison, I used to have these when I was a kid. This is another set from my childhood, and I think has been given me as a birthday present from one of my schoolmates when I was a kid. And I played a lot with these. I really liked it, and this is more the type of off-road concept that I have more in my brain. It's just how brain works, you know. And when I had these when I was 11 years old, I just really didn't recognize myself into this type of design. So that's what I'm trying to say with this. Also, as you can see in all these older sets, the use of printed pieces was used to write the police word, so things were a bit different. But yeah, that was just because I wanted to tell you. You tell me if it makes any sense to you what I'm saying, or you just prefer these ones. I have a friend of mine that, for example, really likes this design, so he's very happy to go for that. So it's just okay, guys. So that's it. There's not much more to say. I think I kept you here for long enough. So thanks for your time. I'm just gonna be posting more reviews of my childhood collection over the next few weeks, so feel free to stay tuned, subscribe, rate, comment, guys, if you wanna stay in touch, and I'll see you later. Okay, guys, thanks.